These days, taxes are boring. Numbers, forms, receipts. But in the ancient world, taxes came in much weirder forms. Grains, beers, and even urine? Yes, you could actually pay your dues with pee. Today, we're diving into the strangest tax systems in history and how they shaped the world we still live in. In Mesopotamia, beer wasn't just a drink, it was wages. Workers who built temples, canals, or ziggurats often got paid in beer rations. One daily jug could keep you fed, hydrated, and slightly buzzed. Forget direct deposit. This was direct drinking. And the catch? If you skipped work, no beer for you. That's history's first HR policy. No work, no pint. But beer wasn't the only way rulers kept their people loyal. In another land, your wealth wasn't poured into mugs. It was piled into sacks. Meanwhile, in ancient Egypt, your wealth wasn't measured in money. It was measured in grain. Farmers handed over huge portions of their harvest as tax to the pharaoh. This wasn't just about food, it was power. Whoever controlled the grain controlled the kingdom. And here's the kicker. Those mountains of grain didn't just sit in storage. They became the fuel for armies, temple rituals, and massive construction projects. Meanwhile, back home, plenty of farmers stared at an empty pantry while the royal granaries overflowed. So if you thought your landlord was tough, imagine owing your ruler 30 sacks of wheats just for existing. But where Egypt taxed your bread, Rome went for something far more uncomfortable. And then we get to Rome. Under Emperor Vespasian, public urinals weren't free. People collected urine because it contained ammonia, which was used for tanning leather and cleaning clothes. The emperor taxed that collection, literally a pee tax. When critics mocked him, he supposedly held up a coin and asked, "Does it smell?" The message? Money doesn't stink, even if it comes from pee. In reality, this tax was so widespread that entire trades depended on it, from tanners to launderers. For Romans, something as ordinary as waste could fuel an economy. It was less about the bucket and more about proving that every resource, even the unpleasant ones, belonged to the empire. If you're enjoying these strange stories, don't let history tax your patience. Hit that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, unlike paying, in beer or pee. But if you think that's strange, the Middle Ages weren't any less creative. This time, the taxman wasn't watching your bladder, he was sipping your brew. Fast forward to medieval Europe, where beer made a comeback. Not as wages, but as regulation. Towns had ale taster, officials whose entire job was to sip and judge the quality of your brew. If your beer was too weak, you could be fined. If it was dangerously bad, your brewing license could be revoked. So yes, there were actual beer police. These ale tasters even carried measuring sticks and mugs to check serving sizes, making sure no brewer shortchanged thirsty townsfolk. Beer wasn't just a drink, it was a daily staple, often safer than water, so governments treated it like a public necessity. In short, medieval beer was serious business. Your mug of ale wasn't just for fun, it was regulated, like medicine, food, and law all at once. What do beer wages, grain taxes, and pee tariffs have in common? They show that food, and sometimes bodily waste, was more valuable than coins. Governments didn't just control your wallet, they controlled your stomach, your drink, and even your bathroom habits. It wasn't just about collecting wealth, it was about control. And it's a reminder, what feels normal today might look ridiculous tomorrow. So next time you complain about filing taxes, remember, at least you're not handing over your lunch, your beer, or your bathroom bucket. Ancient taxes may sound absurd, but they built empires, funded armies, and shaped civilizations. And who knows, maybe one day our descendants will laugh at us for paying in paper and plastic. Hit like, or I'll make you pay in beer. Thanks for watching.